Hey guys, what is up? Chris here with Cohesive Friendship Unit. Just me today. The Oculus Quest 2 is here, and people have been seemingly having a pretty enjoyable first couple days with the headset. I sure know that I have. People are getting to grips with their new headsets, the good, the bad, and the ugly, from the super shiny new awesomely high resolution display to the less than stellar Facebook mandatory requirements. Owning both headsets, I want to compare the two. I want to highlight the pros and the cons of each headset and decide when and if at all you should invest your money in the original Oculus Quest. And if you should invest your money on the original Oculus Quest, at what price do I think you should consider entering into the Oculus Quest 1 ecosystem? And before we get into all that, please consider subscribing. We would really appreciate your support. We have a Oculus Quest 2 review that you can check out. We have day one game recommendations and much more VR content to come. And we're giving away a copy of Cyberpunk if you need another reason to subscribe. All you have to do is be subscribed. We're trying to hit 3,500 subs by the time the game comes out. Alright, so I want to start this video by discussing things that are only on the Oculus Quest 1 or are better on the Oculus Quest 1. And yes, some of these are a bit nitpicky, but I might as well throw them out because, like I said, I can directly compare both of them. The first obvious and probably biggest thing is that there is no Facebook login required until 2023. If that is a big deal for you, then this might be the way to go. Then again, you are eventually gonna have to get that Facebook login by 2023 for the Oculus Quest 1. Next is fully adjustable IPD. There is a full IPD slider in the Oculus Quest 1, which covers a much wider range than the three presets in the Oculus Quest 2. Oculus Quest 2's IPD solution will work for most people, but the Quest 1 solution is definitely better and will work for more people. If you have a weird or wonky IPD, or you can check what IPD ranges are in those three settings on the Oculus Quest 2, and if you fall outside of those ranges, then maybe the Quest 1 would be good for you. That being said, there are lots of reports of people online actually being able to move the lenses in between these preset settings on the Quest 2, so you might have some luck there. Maybe Google and ask around. Next is a second headphone jack. This is, I think, the only piece of technology I've ever owned with two headphone jacks. That's right, the Oculus Quest 1 has two headphone jacks. I actually found this weirdly helpful, where I didn't actually use both headphone jacks ever at once. It was always kind of cool to know that I could just use whichever side of the headset I wanted to plug in headphones. I don't know, whatever. No longer in the Oculus Quest 2. Next is an OLED screen. While the Oculus Quest 2 has a better pixel arrangement and a much higher resolution screen, as well as a faster screen, this is an OLED screen on the Oculus Quest 1. If you absolutely need OLED and you need those blacks, you gotta go Quest 1. We'll talk in a minute about how I feel about the Quest 2 screen, because in my personal opinion, way worth getting rid of OLED for the Quest 2 screen. And these are where we're starting to get really nitpicky. The Oculus Quest 1 has much more premium material, has much stronger, more robust, sturdier, and more pleasant to touch stuff on the headset. The build quality is sturdier, and the fabric-y outline and the coating is much nicer to work with, but who really cares, in my personal opinion. The packaging is also much more premium. Now that the Quest 1 is discontinued, this is probably irrelevant. Buying on the used market, you will probably have a crapshoot of getting some, if not all, of the original packaging. However, the unboxing experience is much nicer on the Oculus Quest 1. Like I said, probably not going to be unboxing any new ones anytime soon. And last but not least, also kind of irrelevant because you can just go on Amazon and fix this for not a lot of money. The Oculus Quest 1 had a much longer charging cable. Again, buying on the used market, not sure if you would ever even be guaranteed to get the original cable. And the last thing that I do want to highlight is it is slightly longer or wider. And the reason I say that sounds like a negative, but it could actually be helpful for some glasses users. That being said, there are prescription lens solutions, as well as, I guess, wearing contacts to mitigate this. However, it is a slightly bigger headset to accommodate glasses, where I noted in my review that my not very big glasses have a bit of an issue fitting in the Quest 2's headset. It's right on the line of being able to not quite fit. Now, let's get back to reality for a second. Let's just talk about things where the Quest 2 absolutely just destroys and decimates the Quest 1. The first being the weight. The headset being more compact and lighter is significantly easier to wear for longer periods. I find myself not getting fatigued nearly as much or as quickly with the Oculus Quest 2. The next is the screen resolution. The Oculus Quest 2's resolution is astronomically better than the Oculus Quest 1's, to the point where I really struggle to think of what more I would want from a higher resolution panel on a VR headset. The refresh rate. The Oculus Quest 1 disappointingly launched with a 72 Hz display, and while that certainly did the job better than I think a lot of people were expecting, 72 Hz is nowhere near as good as Oculus's original recommendation when the company launched of a 90 Hz panel, which is in the Quest 2. Controller battery on the Oculus Quest 2 touch controllers are estimated to last about twice as long on a single AA battery per controller. That being said, the Oculus Quest 1 controllers were no slouch with their battery life. The processing power on the Oculus Quest 2 is significantly better, and I think it is a much more future-proof headset using not only a state-of-the-art chip, but a chip designed specifically for VR, whereas the Quest 1 headset's chip was already out of date when it launched and not designed for VR. 256GB model is only possible on the Quest 2, and the price, which is kind of irrelevant now, the Oculus Quest 2 is launching at $300 for the 64GB model, where the new Oculus Quest 1 was $400. Like I said, that's irrelevant now because you're not buying the Quest 1 new, and you're definitely not buying it new at MSRP. So, all that being said, when should you buy an Oculus Quest 1? If at all. And I would say, unless you absolutely can't live without some of the features I stated earlier, like you need a sliding IPD adjuster, or you need those extra 2 years without Facebook, I would go Quest 2 100%. That being said, if I had to put a reasonable price on a Quest 1 that people should look to buy on a more conservative budget, I would say $150 for the Oculus Quest 1 and $200 for the Oculus Quest 1 128GB model. The Quest 1 is still a great headset for VR and will continue to be for years. I sincerely believe that, and I think if you still have a Quest 1, that is still a very great headset, and honestly better than most headsets on the market, period. I really hope that people with a more conservative budget can now get an all-in-one headset which can be used for full PC VR for under $200. I really think the Quest 1 is going to be a sleeper hit in the used market, and I have high hopes for VR hitting the mass market with this interesting move by Facebook, and honestly kind of crazy move to launch the Quest 2 18 months later at a lower price. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. I will catch you in the next one.